Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. Today we're going to do another game from our 1970 National Pastime 3 Baseball replay. And I know we said we were going to move on from opening day. Well, the second opening day, I guess, of the season. Opening day for the Mets here. But couldn't get past seeing Tom Seaver starting for the Mets and not play the game. So Tom Seaver, coming off of his World Series championship in '69, in which he won 25 games. Didn't do quite as well in 1970, but nonetheless did win an ERA title of with a 2.82 earned run average. Did win 18 games, losing 12. So we thought we should start this, and he has a pretty good matchup, pretty good opponent there. In Steve Blass for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Definitely among the top pitchers in the late 60s, early 70s. From 68 to 72, his win totals were 18, 16, 10, 15, and 19. Of course, this is 1970, and he went 10 and 12 with a 3.52 earned run average. So still a respectable pitcher, coming close to winning 20 games twice. Didn't do much after 72. 3-9 with the Mets in 73, and then was out of baseball by 74. However, a notable pitcher in the late 60s, early 70s. So, without further ado, let's look at the lineups here for the New York Mets visiting the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, Steve Blass on the hill, the righty with a CG ratings. Tommy Agee will lead it off and play center for the Mets, for the World Series champion Mets. Bud Harrelson is your shortstop, hitting second. Joe Foy, the former Red Sox, bats third and plays third. Cleon Jones is in left field, hitting cleanup. Batting fifth, Art Shamsky, I believe just recently passed away, if I'm not mistaken. And it was one of the Mets recently, from the championship team recently passed away. It might not have been Shamsky. Those of you who are Mets fans, I'm sure, will chime in as to who that was. Let me just look up Shamsky here. Anyway, I'll continue. Juan Swoboda, the right fielder, hits sixth. Batting seventh, Wayne Garrett is your second baseman. Jerry Grody is the backstop, hitting eighth, and Tom Seaver on the hill bats ninth. And it doesn't want to load for some reason. My iPad is not behaving. Anyway, so that's your lineup against Steve Blass. All right, so Steve Blass on the hill. He'll look in for the sign from May. Here's the lineup and the pitch. And no, Art Shamsky is still well alive, so. Anyway, all right, so Tommy Agee steps into the box. Blass looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground out to second for out number one. 4-3 on the put out. And that was, let's see here. I don't see any recent Mets passing away. I know there was one in the last few months. Can't seem to find it here. Anyway, if you guys know, chime that in the chat. I'm sure a Red Sox fan probably knows too. For some reason it's not coming up here. Let's see here. Let's go here. I'll find it here somewhere. Now I have to find it. Anyway. Ed Kranepool, that was it. That was it, yeah. Okay. All right. So sorry for that delay there. Had to find it. Okay, so Bud Harrelson, the shortstop, will hit next. Blass looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be also a ground out to second, so 2 up and 2 down in the Mets first. Brings up Joe Foy, the former Red Sox. And Joe Foy is going to draw a 2-out walk. So Joe Foy is slow, so we will limit him. That'll be the cleanup hitter, Cleon Jones. Before he gets his lead, is the one being held on at first. He has the windup in the pitch, and that's a ground out to third to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Mets in the first. Tom Seaver on the hill for the Red Sox. For the Mets. He did pitch for the Red Sox later on in his career for a short period of time. So Tom Seaver on the hill. Last year's Cy Young and World Series winner. Tom Seaver, righty with a B rating with X, which is good for strikeouts, and double play minus. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, Matty Alou is a center fielder hitting first. Batting second is Richie Hebner at third. Roberto Clemente is the right fielder hitting third. Batting cleanup, Willie Stargell, the left fielder. Al Oliver is your first baseman hitting fifth. Gene Alley, the shortstop, bats sixth. Jerry May is your catcher hitting seventh. Bill Mazeroski, the second baseman, bats eighth. And on the hill batting ninth is your pitcher, Steve Blass. So Seaver looks in for the sign. Looks in from Jerry Garrotti for the sign. Kicks and delivers to Alou. Oh, and Alou might get a hold of one here. And that's going to be for extra bases. That's going to be a double, so leadoff double for the Pirates. So that'll be a Richie Hebner. Seaver looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. Here's the delivery. And that's a strikeout. So swinging strikeout as Seaver gets his first K of the day. That brings up the dangerous Roberto Clemente. Here's the windup in the pitch. Lou gets his lead. And it'll be a ground out to third. Lou will move up to third on the fielder's choice. So we're on third with 2 down now for Stargell. See if Stargell can put the Pirates on top here. Here's the pitch to Stargell. And that'll be a flat pop out to first. And that will do it for the Pirates in the first. So after 1 full, no score. All right, next up, it'll be Art Shamsky, followed by Sabota and Garrett for the Mets here in the second. Shamsky, the lefty. And it's going to be an error check. And he'll foul to first for third for out number 1. So that brings up Sabota. Sabota, the righty against Blass. Oh, and Sabota with a possible, well, definitely with extra bases. Is it going to go all the way, though? So 11 to 26, and it will be a double. Anything higher will be a homer. And that is going to be going, and gone. So Ron Sabota puts the Mets on top 1-0 on the solo home run off Steve Blass over the right field fence. So Wayne Garrett up to the plate now. And Garrett's going to get a hold of one here. That'll be extra bases for... Nope. It's going to be held to a single. So Wayne Garrett, who has some speed, he'll be held on first. So Jerry Garrotti up to the plate now with 1 down and 1 on. 1 run already in. And that's going to be a base hit. Garrett will make his way to third, so I'll put runners at the corners for Tom Seaver. Blass looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. Runners get their leads. And a big strikeout now. Now 2 down. See if Blass can get out of the inning with only 1 run against them. Tommy Agee up to the plate now. Agee grounded out to second his first time up. And he'll ground out to short over to second to end the inning. 6-4 on the putout. So the Mets do get a run, and it's 1-0 after 1.5. So the Pirates will send up Oliver, Alley, and May up against Seaver, now with a 1-run lead. Oliver the lefty. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that'll fly out to left for out number 1. So Gene Alley up there now. Error check. Ooh, just misses an error there. As he flies out to right for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' second. Jerry May up to the plate now, the number 7 hitter. The catcher looks for a pitch to hit here. Error check. And he'll pop out to short to end the inning. So the Pirates go in order in the second, and after 2 full, it's 1-0 New York. So Steve Blass out back on the hill. Bud Harrelson up to the plate. Harrelson grounded out to second his first time up. And this time he'll ground out back to the pitcher. Blass flips it over to first for out number 1. So that brings up Joe Foy. Joe Foy walked his first time up. And this time he'll pop up to third for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the New York third. So Cleon Jones grounded out to third his first time up. Grounds out to short. So that'll do it. As the Mets also go in order in the top of the third. It remains 1-0 after 2.5. So Mazeroski getting his first at-bat of the day against Seaver. And he'll strike out. So Tom Seaver gets his second K of the day. Brings up Blass. And Blass will take a strike. And Blass strikes out looking for out number 3. And the Mets go out number 2, sorry. So Matty Alou, top of the order, back up. He doubled his first time up, got things started for the Mets, but was left, Mets, but was left stranded. And Alou will fly out to left to end the inning. So after 3 full, it remains 1-0 Mets over the Pirates. So Blass back out on the hill for the top of the 4th. He'll face Shamsky, Sabota, and Garrett. Shamsky popped out to third his first time up. And he'll ground out to short for the first out of the 4th, sorry. Ron Sabota put the Mets on the board with a solo home run in the second. Blass looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to draw a walk. So Blass being very careful with Sabota. So Wayne Garrett singled his first time up. So runner on first, with 1 down. Sabota being held on. And he'll pop out to short for out number 2. So let's see if Grody can keep it going. He's 1 for 1 with a single. And he'll fly out to center. And that'll do it for the Mets in the 4th. So it remains a 1-0 ball game as we head to the home half of the 4th. Hebner, Clemente, and Stargell up for the Pirates. Down by 1. Seaver looks in for the sign. Hebner ready to grip and rip. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ground out to short. Out number 1. Roberto Clemente grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be for extra bases. Clemente will get a 1-out double. So tying run in scoring position for Willie Stargell. Seaver looks in for the sign, shakes him off, nods his head, looks at the runner. He has the windup and the pitch to Stargell. And it'll be a ground out, and Clemente will hold. Ground out to short. So 2 down now, so it's up to Al Oliver, who flew out to left. The inning has to continue. Seaver with the pitch. That's going to be a base hit. That will score Clemente. And tie the game at 1. So Al Oliver comes through with an RBI single. Gene Alley up to the plate now. Oliver being held on. And he'll ground out to third to end the inning. But the Pirates score 1, and it's knotted at 1 as we head to the 5th. So a great pitchers duel. Both teams with 1 run and 3 hits. Steve Blass back on the hill for the 5th. He'll face his opposing pitcher, Seaver. Seaver struck out his first time up. And Seaver will pop out to third for out number 1. That'll bring up top of the order Agee. Agee 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice. And this time he'll fly out to left. So 2 down in the Mets' 5th inning. Brings up Harrelson. Harrelson 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And he'll ground out a 3rd time back to the pitcher. And the Mets go quietly in the 5th. So the Pirates back up there, looking to take the lead against Seaver. So Jerry May will lead it off. Bottom 3rd of the order for the Pirates. May popped out to short his first time up. And he'll fly out to left to start the 5th inning. All right, brings up Mazeroski. Mazeroski struck out his first time up. She'll strike out again. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Blass, who struck out his first time up. Seaver with 4 Ks on the day. And he'll strike out. What the heck is that? Sorry about that. Thought I had those turned off. Alrighty, so that will do it for the Pirates in the 5th. So after 5 full, no score. We're knotted at 1, sorry. So Blass, downgrade inning now. He'll be downgraded from a C to a D. So Joe Foy will lead it off for the Mets here in the 6th, sorry. And that's going to be a base hit over shortstop. So, but he's thrown out. Looks like he's thrown out on the next pitch, trying to steal second. So Foy is foiled in his stolen base attempt. And we have 1 down now. So Cleon Jones 0 for 2. So Foy trying to get in a scoring position is gunned down by May. So Jones will strike out for out number 2. That brings up Shamsky 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll ground out the second to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Mets in the top of the 6th after 5.5. It remains a 1-1 tie. Pirates will send up top of the order Alou, Hebner, and Clemente. Seaver back on the hill for his 6th inning of work. Seaver's given up 3 hits, 1 run, and has 5 strikeouts, has yet to walk a batter. Alou 1 for 2 on the day with a double. Ooh, that's going to be an error. An error on the shortstop. Harrelson. And Alou will reach. He'll be held on. So the Mets with a base runner here. The Pirates, sorry, looking to take the lead. Having an 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground out. So 5-3 on the putout. Alou moves in the scoring position with 1 down. That'll be at Clemente, who scored the Pirates run today with a double last time up. And Clemente is going to have extra bases here. Clemente, that goes into the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And Alou who reached on the error, will come home and score. So that's an unearned run for the Pirates, but they'll take it as they go up 2-1 on the Clemente triple. So Willie Stargell 0 for 2 up to the plate now. Seaver looking to bear down and keep it a 1-run game. Here's the windup end of pitch. And that's going to be a sacrifice fly to right. Clemente tags, and he'll score easily. So it's a 3-1 lead now as the Pirates go up by 2 against the Mets, against the reigning World Series champions. In actuality, the Pirates did win this game. No, they lost this game, sorry. The Mets won the game 5-3. Both pitchers not figuring in the decision. So 3-1 Pirates now. Still plenty of time left. Al Oliver 1 for 2 up to the plate now. He steps into the box against Seaver. So I think both those runs are going to be unearned. Actually, no, just one of them is going to be unearned. No, they're all unearned because the sacrifice fly, that would have been the third out. Yep, so it looks like those are going to be 2 unearned runs. So Juan Sabota is responsible for the only Mets run, putting them up 1-0 in the second at the time. He's also walked. So he'll lead it off against Blass. Blass now with a 2-run lead. And he strikes out. So Blass is able to retire Sabota for the first time today. So that brings up Garrett. Garrett 1 for 2 with a single. And he'll ground out the first. Blass will cover for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Mets' 7th. Jerry Grody 1 for 2 up to the plate now. And there's a ball on Grody. And this time he'll pop out to second. And that will do it for the Mets in the 7th. So 7th inning stretch time here in Pittsburgh. Here at Forbes Field. Tom Seaver back on the hill. Pirates with a 2-run lead will send up Alley, May, and Mazeroski up against Seaver. This is Seaver's downgrade inning now. He's now lowered to a C. So Alley 0 for 2 on the day. He'll pop out to second for out number 1. So that brings up Jerry May, also 0 for 2 on the day. He strikes out. So Seaver now with 6 Ks on the day. 2 down now in the Pirates' 7th. So that'll bring up Bill Mazeroski. He struck out twice against Seaver. And this time he gets a hit off of him. So Mazeroski reaches on the 2-out single. So it brings up Blass. Blass has also struck out twice today. And takes a strike. As Mazeroski holds at first. He would have ran if we hadn't checked the restriction, I think. So Blass now with a strike. Pops out to third to end the inning. So after 7 full, it remains a 3-1 Pirate lead. Blass out there for his 8th inning of work. as it looks like Chuck Hartenstein and Joe Gibbon are loosening up in the Pirate bullpen just in case. Blass has allowed just 1 run on 4 hits so far. So Seaver looks like he's going to be called back for a pinch hitter. Looks like Ed Kranepool, who we mentioned earlier, just recently passed away. Condolences to his family. Ed Kranepool will pinch hit for Seaver, so Seaver's day is done. Oops, top here. Ed Kranepool. So let's look at Ed Kranepool here. He has a .250 on base percentage and just a .170 slugging. So Ed Kranepool, the lefty, against Blass, the righty. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he'll foul to third for out number 1. So Tommy Agee is 0 for 3 on the day. The leadoff hitter up for the Mets now. Blass looks in for the sign. Here's the delivery. And he'll ground out to second. So 2 up and 2 down in the Mets' 8th. Down by 2. Brings up Bud Harrelson, who's grounded out 3 times today. This time he's able to get a base hit, so a 2-out single. So a tying run will come to the plate in form of Joe Foy, who's 1 for 2 with a single caught stealing and a walk. Bud Harrelson being held on. And it's going to be hit into the fielder's choice. They go the short way. And the side is retired. So after 7.5, it remains the Pirates 3, Mets 1. And the Mets will have to bring in a pitcher as Seaver is done. It looks like Ron Taylor, who was loosening up in the pen, is going to come in and pitch for the Mets. So Ron Taylor, the righty, is a C rating, Z and DP minus ratings. His first appearance, obviously, of the season, first game of the year. So he'll face Alou, Hebner, and Clemente here in the Pirate 8th. So Alou 1 for 3 with a double, also reached on an error. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a fly out to right for out number 1. Alright, so that'll bring up Richie Hebner, the lefty, 0 for 3 on the day. And that'll be a ground out to third. To first, sorry. Shamsky will take it to the bag himself for out number 2. So 2 gone in the Pirate 8th. Brings up Clemente, who's having a great day. He's had a double and a triple. He scored a run and knocked in 2. Sorry, knocked in 1 and scored twice. Asterisk is for the RBI and the check mark is for the run scored. I got that right. Pretty sure I do now. Okay. So Clemente flies out and the Pirates are done in the 8th. So after 8 full, it remains a 3-1 Pirate lead over the Mets. So Steve Blass will try to close it out here. Looks like Hartenstein and Gibbons are standing in the bullpen but are not throwing right now. They appear to be ready to come in just in case. So Blass will face Jones, Shamsky, and Sabota. So Cleon Jones 0 for 3 on the day. Steve Blass looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch. And that's a ground out to third for the first out of the 9th. So Shamsky also 0 for 3 on the day, up to the plate now. And he strikes out. So Blass now with 4 Ks on the day. He's walked 2 batters. So the Mets are down in their last out, but it's Ron Swoboda who homered back in the second, responsible for the only Mets run of the day. So Blass looks in for the sign. Crowd is on their feet looking for their Pirates to close it out here and give Blass the complete game. So Blass looks in for the sign. Nods his head. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's ground ball to first. Blass over covering. And Blass pitches a complete game, beating the Mets 3-1. So a good start for the Pirates on opening day as they defeat the World Series champs New York Mets and Cy Young Award winner Tom Seaver 3-1. Let's take a look at the box score here. Save it before we forget. So a good pitcher's duel here in Pittsburgh. So 1970, 0407. So Pirates 3, Mets 1. Whoops. And Ron Taylor, let's see, he pitched for the Mets, so he doesn't get anything. Nothing to do with the Pirates, so there you go. All right, let's take a look at the box score here. So Steve Blass goes the distance, pitching a complete game, 9 innings pitched, only 5 hits allowed. The one blemish was the home run by Ron Swoboda back in the second, a solo home run, which put the Mets on top 1-0 at the time. He walked 2 batters, struck out 4, and faced 33 batters. So Tom Seaver pitched well, but not quite well enough, pitching 7 innings, allowing just 5 hits also. 3 runs, only 1 of them was earned, as there was an error on Joe Foy, which led to 2 unearned runs. Back in the 6th inning, breaking the 1-1 tie. So Seaver did not walk a batter, struck out 6, facing 27 batters. Ron Taylor came in and pitched a scoreless 8th, facing 3 batters. So it's Blass 1-0. Seaver goes to 0-1. The hitting stars for the Pittsburgh Pirates is going to be Roberto Clemente, who had a double and a triple, and an RBI and 2 runs scored. He's your hitting star for the day. Nobody else with more than 1 hit, and only 5 hits total. So pretty much a pitcher's duel as advertised, with each team only coming up with 5 hits. So that's it from Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty sure now, again, nothing is guaranteed. I think I only may have, let's take a look here, see what other games we have left here to play. So we have the Braves. Oh boy, there's 2 more games. The Braves against the Padres and the Astros against the Giants. Who knows? I'm a Braves fan too, so I may end up playing that game. And Gaylord Perry, might as well. You only have opening day once a year, so, or pretty much opening day. So we may just go with that. We'll see. So we may be back with next with the Braves Padres, or Astros Giants, or both. So if you'd like to see either of those, let me know. And as we'll just record the 1 game today and hold off unless anybody wants to see the Braves Padres or Astros Giants game. If not, we may just move on to April 8th. So take care. Let's look at the standings. So those are the standings so far. So take care and God bless, and we will see you in the next 1970s National Pastime 3 baseball replay. Bye-bye now.